that time again. We are going to be looking at the Webtoon Webcomic Legends 2025 contest, the 7th newsletter, the power of panels and storyboarding. We're just going to dive straight into this. Hello, Legends. It's only the first week, and we've already been inspired and amazed by the contest submissions. Have you? Because I'm not seeing the love or respect. Like, I'm feeling very much disrespected, but, we'll see what happens as the theme and the story continues. This newsletter will continue to be weekly until submissions close, so let's reset our countdown. 63 days to the close. That is insane. We have practically 2 months before the contest ends. And that means if you are not in the drawing phase, you've got 120 panels, basically almost, for each category to create. Get on it. You guys really need to be jumping on to do this. Okay, so obviously check the official rules. There is more that is coming out about these official rules day by day. It blows my mind because the contest rules are so vague in some areas that people are really suffering about this. And I'm just dude, can we please get some clarity? Webtoons, I just need y'all to do a live stream and go over the rules with us, because either we're all idiots or y'all are the idiots. It's one or the other. There's no in between. I'm not giving gray for this. It's black or white. So let's look more at the newsletter. As you work on your episodes, you may be familiar with some of the most common production steps to create a finished panel. Most creators use a variety of these steps. Thumbnailing, so then it has the order. So it says thumbnail, sketch, line art, flatting, coloring, rendering, adding backgrounds, visual effects, lettering. Sometimes there's variation in that process. Regardless of the step you take, it can be incredibly rewarding to see your story come to life panel by panel. I will 100% agree that whenever you look at a finished, you go from that stick figure phase, because I'm a stick figure storyboard artist. If you go from that phase to actually looking at your panel in its full glory, you're just I did that. Put some respect on my name, because that panel looks good. That's the vibe that I feel whenever I create anything. I don't know. If you're not going to amp yourself up, who is? Okay, so then they have a little example, which, it's giving something very dynamic. I like that it includes enough for the artist and other people, so if you're working on it within a team, to be able to tell what's going on. And then we get the finished piece, and it just looks so good. I don't know what's going on here, but I'll say it's a 10 out of 10 because it looks good. It's conveying what it needs to convey. And it's something from Ordeal. As we already know, he does so good with the action, the emotion, the feeling, the dynamic panels. There was something he posted this week on his Instagram, and I was just dude, this is such a cool panel. It was just a straight shot. It wasn't necessarily super dynamic, but just the way he did the panel. Seriously, if you want to look at and learn how to do some dynamic paneling, check out the Ordeal creator. Okay, so they say click here to check out Webtoon's full interview with Brent Bristol for more about his process and creator journey. And so that's in the Webtoon Creators 101. By starting with a thumbnail, like in the example above, creators can ensure each panel is clear and readable. This is some high level line art, some high level thumbnailing to me. I don't know. This is not relatable to me. I don't relate, because from the line art to whatever that middle phase is to the color rendering, clearly he knows his craft. And I'm just a little toddler over here trying to figure out how to move my legs. His stuff looks so good. I hate this as an example, to be honest, because I'm just could we not have done something else? Something I could relate to, Webtoons? But I will say it is showcasing the talent level, especially for this creator, of someone that they snagged. By starting with a thumbnail, like in the example above, creators can ensure each panel is clear and readable, but your story will be more than one image. Yeah. The events of your plot and the experiences of your characters will play out across sequences and scenes in your comic. Okay. Like, what are we talking about here? I'm very confused how we went from talking about paneling to talking about like the essence of a comic. Like, did we look this up in Webster's? Like, is that where this came from? Like, I'm so confused why we're talking about this, but we're gonna keep moving. By thumbnailing an entire episode before starting to complete each panel, creators can plan not just what a reader will see, but how a reader will experience their story. Okay, I kind of see the plot here, but like, yeah. I mean, let me ask chat. Do you guys like not thumbnail? Is something else going on here that I'm just not clicking? Is this late night brain where I'm like not understanding the point of those two paragraphs? Because I'm just like, yes, this is how you thumbnail. Like, are we explaining thumbnailing? Is that what this is? Okay, it's about storyboarding, so I guess I'll move on. Stealthy Mouse, squeak squeak, hello. Thor Store said Brent is on another level. He really is. Like, his latest episodes just eat all day, like plate clean, like so good. Lo said it's midnight, but I'm still working on my webtoon, so this is the perfect time for a stream. Yes, let's go late night stream. Pylon said, I just emailed to ask if I could edit the thumbnail or synopsis, and they replied that no edits are allowed because it could lead to disqualification, but the edit button is still there. Okay, dude, do not get me started on this. Do not get me started on this because it's gonna piss me off. Like, I have such high irritation about this editing discourse that is going on. Someone please post this on Reddit so I can talk about it. Like, please somebody post this on Reddit, because like I just have so many thoughts about this and I need more perspective than mine, because I've already ranted this week. I ranted on Monday hard. I went so hard on Webtoons on Monday that I just feel like I cannot turn into one of those channels that is just like dogpiling on them every week. But this contest is gonna piss me off. I'm trying to get through this newsletter without erupting with the ideas. I've been messaging people about this all day and talking to them about this. Like, I don't know. Like it makes me almost want to be like, bye. Like, forget you, Webtoons. Like I just, this is where I'm like, we need clarification. We need you to explain this to us as if we are infants with barely developed brains, because this contest, as it continues to drag on, and here's the other thing about this, I feel like they're disqualifying people, not even letting them know, and people are just like, you know, in their own little world, enjoying life and being like, oh, let me upload my next episode, let me spend the last month working on this thing, and they were disqualified on day one. So I'm just like, oh, I said I wasn't going to talk about it. Okay, so at Webtoon, this production step is referred to as storyboarding. Tip to help: the power of panels part 1. We're going to get a part 2. We need part 2 for storyboarding. Like, that's how deep this is. This better have some good tips then. Do not waste my time, Webtoons. Like, I'm already fed up with you tonight. Creators use storyboards to plan the clarity, pacing, and readability of a full episode and emphasize the tension and reward each scene and sequence. Okay, I will agree that I do think like focusing your scenes and emphasizing like rewarding the audience is important, and I feel like a lot of people do not focus on the readers a lot of times. Like, I feel like we're often sometimes really focused on ourselves and telling the story specifically just the way we want, which is completely fine. But I feel like there are areas, especially in a contest, where popularity is supposed to play a large percentage. I don't think it does. But I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like if you do not take this into consideration, then it's to your detriment. Like, Webtoons wants to produce something that's going to engage audiences, so you have to think about telling your story in a way that's going to engage them. Let's review some common vocabulary for storyboarding and panel tips, and then see these tools in action at the end of the newsletter. It better be good, Webtoons. For more on the fundamentals, check out Basic Webtoon Tips. Okay, should we click on that? We might come back and click on that because I want to see what these basic tips are. Like, Storyboarding is the process of developing the panel layout to ensure the fundamentals are maintained throughout each episode. Panel layout refers to the combination of panel size, panel type, panel shape, and spacing of panels and gutters throughout each sequence. Panel size. The most common panel sizes at Webtoons are small, medium, large, and extra large panel. Multi-screen scrolling panels are also very fun. The bigger the panel, the most emotional it will feel to your readers. Naturally, small and medium panels are often used for contextual information like establishing shots or a simple action or dialogue. Okay, so I do find that when they go into the panel sizing, like elaborating on that was very nice. It gave us a little bit of extra information. The panel layout, I don't understand. Why didn't we, like, you could have said something about gutter space, like it reflecting time, like you could have given us more for that. And then this just like definition. Why are we defining everything in this newsletter? And I'm sorry to whoever wrote this because I feel like they're getting like secondhand aggression from me because of everything that has transpired today. So I don't know who it is, but if it's the intern, you know, we already have beef as usual, but I'm gonna apologize because like this annoyance is misdirected tonight. I don't know. Like, I'm just gagged at the fact that like another newsletter is coming around, and I feel like the information for it is not necessarily helping people. Like, I wish these newsletters were about the contest, specifically with what's going on. Like, it would have been so good to have like clarifying, like, rules, how to, attract an audience to your story, like what can help your thumbnails to look better. Like all of that would be like so useful right now. And we're talking about composition when there's 60 days left in the contest. Like, bro, like what are we doing at this point? Like people are just like mad dashing to the finish line. Like we don't have time to worry about this. Like, all right, so panel shape. The shape of the panel can also be used to emphasize the experience. Square and rectangle panels are very common in Webtoon series. Diagonal panels may make a movement feel fast or add energy to the sequence. When a character or object extends beyond the border of the panel, it's referred to as a panel break. This can emphasize the force of an action or movement. Borderless panels, which have no defined outline or shape, negative space with the gutters, can make a moment feel slow or paused. Interesting. So again, I like this information here. There was a lot that people can take away to make their paneling more interesting. So definitely play around with these things. If you're kind of just like regurgitating the same panels, like play around with the sizes, play around with the shapes, play around with doing something borderless, like really try and make like everything very interesting. Like I feel like that can really help break up the monotony, especially if you have like, you're like really heavy on the exposition, or you have like an episode where there's just like a bunch of talking heads. I think all of that would be like really, really helpful. Say said, yes and no. I don't always thumbnail, but I go straight into each panel like a movie. I write each panel down, but it slows my time. I need to get out of that habit. Hey, do whatever works for you. Oh my god, I can finally watch you live. Yes, hello, welcome to the stream. I've never seen you here before. I'm not sure how to say your name, but I'll call you New for now. Thor said, I can't imagine not thumbnailing. I feel like I'll lose the plot. Exactly. Although I'm like a heavy scripter, so like I have like, my script is like very much like this panel looks like this. This panel looks like this. This panel looks like this. Like emotion behind the panel. So I feel it. Webtoon idea. The emperor bullies the Webtoon intern. Am I the emperor? I would read that. I'm so down. Hi Polyo. You're late, but you did make it. I appreciate you jumping on. Samurai said, if you want to recruit the intern as an inside source, Apollo, you're gonna have to go easy on them. I'm trying really, really hard, but I'm like in my Dom Daddy mode. So like it's just what's happening lately. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you want the truth? You got the truth now. Daddy don't play. Oh, disgusting. I hate saying that word, like, in that context. Perry said, I tend to stick figure thumbnail and go straight into line art a lot of the time. Yep, same. We're in the same boat, Perry. Also, shout out to Perry. Guys, if you have not checked out Perry Pictures, it is a YouTube channel and she's documenting her process. She's giving a lot of her opinions, tips, and feelings. And it would just mean so much to me if you would go and check her out. I feel like she's got a really nice way of talking about the contest and having a unique perspective. So definitely someone you guys should all check out. I'm totally a dom. Panel types. There are several common panel types which are used in most Webtoon series. Establishing shots. This type of panel establishes the setting and the character placement within the environment and in relation to other characters. Establishing shots are common at the beginning of a scene. Impact panels. Because big panels make an impact with readers, they're often referred to as impact shots or impact panels. They are most commonly used to emphasize a special moment in a sequence, like when a character is introduced, a plot twist is revealed, or a major power move is used. Okay, I feel this. I really like the definition here, and I feel like that adds a lot of benefit to people who are thinking about big moments that they have. Don't make it a small panel. Make the reader understand that this is a big moment. And I feel like it's one of those things where I have taken for granted the fact that in my mind, automatically I feel like if there's a big moment happening, I want the panel to be larger than life. But I feel like there have been some stories that I've read where moments that are small or do not have a lot of impact but should have, and it was because the way it was framed to me was this was something very minor, very little. So I think it's really, really important to make sure that you use your panels correctly. Impact panels also usually feature effects that align with the series genre. More on that and other panels later, though. Okay, so we're getting into some meat here. Maybe this isn't all terrible. Gutter spacing. Okay, I talked about gutters earlier, so this better be good. In a comic, the space between panels are often referred to as gutters. Gutters for scroll comics will control when the information becomes visible on the screen. They're a great tool that creators can use to control the pacing of their series. Short gutters will speed things up. Long gutters will slow things down. Okay, that's really important to remember. I feel like if you're having panel issues, this is something really, really important to remember, that placing those panels super close to each other will speed up the process for the reader. It'll speed up how they're consuming the story. Also, if you want to see how to effectively use a long gutter scroll, read Everything Is Fine. He has me scrolling sometimes where I'm just bro, what happened? What's happening? It just creates that tension. It's so good. Bubble layout. At Webtoon, Storyboard also includes deciding the bubble layout or where your dialogue bubbles and other lettering will be. It's important to consider not only what dialogue your readers will encounter as they scroll through a scene, but also when they'll encounter it. It can be very helpful to think of dialogue like the voice acting for your story. Placing the bubbles when they should hear the dialogue can help you transform word bubbles from simple text to character voice acting. Ooh, I've actually never thought about that. Having this voice acting concept for the dialogue bubbles. That's something that I kind of struggle with, is where to place the bubbles. But I feel like that's a really helpful hint, and thinking about on this panel, the reader would hear them talking over this panel or hear this before they saw this panel. I feel like all of that kind of clicks for me. And I like that, seeing this and reading this and talking with you guys about it, really makes it click how to place my bubbles more effectively. So I actually learned something from one of these letters. I'm gagged. Oh, snaps to the Webtoon intern. Yes, Ash said that they just discovered Perry's YouTube today. That's awesome. They said, I'm loving your YouTube and I am so excited to read your comics. Every waking moment goes to the contest, but I'll read soon. Yep, I feel that. Me making YouTube videos, I'm should I make this video or should I be drawing right now? Uh, Dragon said, I like to bring a notepad with me because I always get the best ideas when I'm at work or far away from my drawing area. When the new idea happens while I'm showering, I get so annoyed. Oh, dang, that would be rough. I feel like a lot of people are super creative when they're in the shower. What is it about the shower? Like, I go into the shower with no thoughts, just vibes. Like, I literally could just stand there and let the water hit my body and, like, do nothing. Like, literally nothing. Like, brain is on like autopilot, like not thinking, just having a good time with the water. Oh, okay, what's happening here? Are we getting an example? Okay, now that we've learned some helpful tips for storyboarding, let's take a look at these tools in action. The scene opens with an establishing shot. We see that they're in a room and how far the characters are from each other. Okay, okay. I like this. This is very clear, like no dialogue. We can understand what's going on. We understand where the characters are. Like, I wonder what they're drinking. Is it a smoothie? Like, I hope it's a smoothie. Like, I really want a smoothie tonight, guys. Like, that would be so good. Okay, now we get like the characters annoyed, I guess. Medium shots are used for dialogue. We can see that David is angry. Okay, I like this example. So this is kind of like they were saying this is a medium shot because I think they said for them, establishing panels. Where is it? Is it here? No. Where do they talk? Oh, panel size. Small, medium, large. Do they talk about it? I thought they referred to something specifically for establishing shots, but maybe not. Okay, but my point is like this is a pretty big panel, not huge, but I think it's pretty big, and it's an establishing shot. Then they have the medium panel, which they were saying like kind of like, you know, works in with the speech bubbles, so like it takes up a good portion of the page, but it leaves enough room for the speech bubble to fit in nicely next to it. So then we get another speech bubble, and here we see like this character, they talk before the panel. And then this character, we get the character's reaction and then them speaking. So it's talking about that flow again. Now, and it does do the S curl. So like if we go here and we look here from the bubble to the character to down here, like it's done in this like way where it's weaving the eye around the page. So that's also something important to remember. Some space for the emotion to register. David speaks slowly and carefully. Okay. Like we're getting like this is I think this is a really nice way to do talking heads too. Like it's literally just two heads talking. So now we're getting a close up to intensify the tension. The low angle helps make him look bigger in the frame and more powerful and daunting. A close-up reaction shot for how Wiggle reacts. We don't need to see the full image to tell how scared Wiggles is. So like again, these are just like talking heads, but it's done in an effective way where like they're utilizing a lot of different ways to convey like emotion and feeling instead of just like two heads like reacting. Like, and not always having to have like the character's full face in a panel is important too. Like you can do things like this where it just focuses on the eyes or on the mouth. Like play around with it. A full body shot to showcase movement or action. David's got his rope out. Okay, that's kind of funny. Like impact shot. This is a dramatic and important moment. So we see like something like this. So it's a pretty big panel. Like it can't even be conveyed in my entire screen here. And so the thing that I also like is they point out that the diagonal borders follow the direction of the rope. So it really has a feeling like it's moving. So that adds a lot to it. And it's just these simple things that they're doing that really help to sell like the panel in of itself and sell like the flow of the story. Like very cool. Notice how these two panels are closer. The rope is fast and captures Wiggle quickly. So like literally you barely have any time. Like by the time I can still see the rope here and see that it's latching onto Wiggle. So it's like connected in my brain. Like that's how you kind of, I feel like sometimes when you're reading, it feels like it's a movie. And I feel like utilizing this is how you do that. So now we get like wiggle captured. Flat angles are great for comic moments. Zooming out to show they were being overly dramatic, they're fine. Like very cute. Like very cute. Thanks to Webtoon storyboard artist Rachel Koo. Good job, Rachel. Woo woo. like. I also want to apologize to the Webtoon intern that I've been bullying this episode. Like this was a decent newsletter. It's decent. It's decent. I still think like it's 3 months too late, but decent newsletter. I did learn something. I think we all possibly learned something. Tune in next time for more tips about the power of panels. Upcoming contest newsletters, the power of panels, part 2, panel staging. And then the power of panels, part 3, tension and reward. Oh, Webtoons, we're gonna be we're gonna be going over panels for the next few weeks. Okay. Like, am I happy about it? Not necessarily. Like, do I wish you were clarifying things in the contest that affect people's entries that help them not be disqualified? I would love that so much more. Like, do a special episode. Like, we need some stuff clarified, Webtoons. Like, if anyone watches this, show this to your boss. Let them know that I'm pissed off. Oh man. Hi from Ohio. Hi. Let's see. Rosa said, tip for lettering: when doing bubble, your text should fit a letter H in each inner corner. If you can't do that, you need an extra bubble. Okay, that's a nice tip. Thank you for sharing. Say said, I'm not jinxing myself of joining or not. I'll be the last to know sometimes, but I have trouble with spacing panels to build tension because I always tend to do too much. Am I at 91 panels per episode? Ooh, that's a lot of panels. That's like a lot. Perry said, I love aerial view shots. It's a great way to reset a scene when it's been on talking heads for too long. Agreed. Pollo said, I love these little drawings. Saved the best newsletter for later. Yep. Ash said, I ship Apollo and the intern. Why is everybody shipping me with this intern? Okay, guys, like, I guess, me and the intern got something going on here. Like, they're a reoccurring character in my lore at this point. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do when the contest is over and I can't bully them anymore. Like, is it going to be a requited love situation? Am I going to have to wait, like, 2 years to, like, reunite with my beloved? Like, is that what's going to happen? Because, like, I feel like if it's true love, we need to overcome this. Like, I'm so down to meet this intern today. Perry said it'd be great if they released a NL that has more of Q&A of the questions folks emailed in and share with the whole class. They did do a Q&A. Like, they've done 2 now, and I don't understand the one that they did previously because I feel like it didn't make any sense. Like, I felt like it was questions that they felt like they should answer. Like what the mess? Like, I didn't feel like it was questions from the people. True God of Destruction said, finally found everything I needed, so I'll try to see what I can do. For real, still kind of 50-50, mostly because the contract and I barely read Webtoons. Yeah, I mean, you could just enter and then go from there. Andy, hello! Funny enough, I'm storyboarding and getting upset. I mean, don't be upset. It'll be fine. Pollo said, Apollo and the intern had an enemies to lovers arc. I mean, let me see what them abs look like. Are you said it's a slow burn romance arc. It is a slow burn romance, but is it gonna turn into like a death note? Like, I hope not. Like let's not make that happen. Destruction said storyboarding is definitely the longest and most frustrating process. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think storyboarding was that frustrating for me just because like I had scripted so much. Like like 8 versions of a script, you kind of have an idea of what you want to do. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It can be a very difficult process. Peter said, Wally Wood's 22 panels that always work. If people are comfortable coming up with panel layout, look up Wally Wood. Okay, that's definitely something I'll have to check up. Oh, newsletter. I don't know. Listen, it's late. My brain ain't working. I'm sorry. Someone draw Apollo with the intern on. My gosh. Ship art is what I need. Yes, yes. I need the ship art too. I want to see what this intern looks like. Raccoon Cube said, I finally started lining my first chapter. Yes, let's go, Raccoon. Say said, what if the intern has abs? I mean, we'll never know. We gotta see what type of abs they are though. Like we talking like swimmer type body? Or are we talking like pro wrestler type body? Like that'll make a big difference. Raccoon said, I'm getting excited to show everyone when it's done. Yes, please show us. I'll be really happy to see it. Like I'm ready. I'm ready. Lucid said, it's okay, Ed Andy. I barely completed my script for 2 of my episodes. Yeah, we're all out here struggling, to be honest. Like, this 60-day countdown is killing me. I need an extra month, to be honest. Destruction said 8 versions is insane. It kind of came about because of feedback. So, like, from the beta, alpha, and draft phase that I did. So, I had a lot going on while I was working on stuff. Like, it wasn't just like me scrapping it every time. Like, I was refining it a lot. Destruction said, I only suffer from storyboarding because I just finished a manga competition for the first time. Ooh, 2 competitions back to back is hard. Ship art? Do I even dare? Yes, Andy, you do dare. Cantella said, oh, I missed a bit of the stream. I'll rewatch it later. Yeah, thanks for dropping by, Cantella. Yeah, it was very unplanned. I'm waiting on laundry to dry, and I had like 40 minutes, so I was like, what can I do to be productive and keep awake? So I was like, let me get on. I haven't covered the 7th newsletter, and the 8th one is coming out on Friday, so I need to make sure I'm on top of this. I'm gonna get banned from receiving these newsletters. They're gonna be like, don't send him anymore. Don't send them to him. Lucid said, I'm finishing the chapter sheet tonight. I feel as though I've been skipping my sketch phase and just going straight into liner. At this point, just get it done. Like we can't worry about certain things. Like, we just gotta do it. Tommy said, I'm so happy to catch your live, but at 1:30 a.m. I'm so happy that you could be here too. I feel like you've been here before, but if not, I'm so excited to meet a new person. And if you have been here before, welcome back. Prince Boring. Why the type A ab makes such a big difference? You don't want someone built like a fridge, huh? I mean, it just depends. Like you gotta see it before you decide. Like you gotta give a little test drive. Like, let me stop. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Lucid said, nope, I already read that. Dragon said, I'm launching my comic in April. Can't wait. Yes. We're excited to see it, Dragon. I really want to know what it's going to be about. Says that he's an intern working at Webtoon. You probably have to scroll down to see him. Why's it got to be a he? It can't be a chick with the abs? What's up with that, Say? What's up with that? Destruction said, yep, definitely pushing myself, but at least trying different things. But I at least took a break before just immediately doing this. But it took a bit for me to even find out about this. Yeah, because they haven't advertised about it for real. Like, where is our Times Square advertisement? Like, where is that at? Like put some respect on our name. Serendi, hello! I noticed something about the number of entries. It's not really 900 plus, it's even less since most people uploaded each episode separately and each one is featured in all categories as a new entry, if that makes sense. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Could you send me an example? Like DM me, maybe? Peter said, side question, anyone have experience with global comics? I don't have experience with global comics, but I know some people that are posting on there. I think they're enjoying it, but I haven't followed up with them in a little while. What are we talking about, Perry? Oh, they advertised on LinkedIn? Really? Why? Who's reading webtoons from LinkedIn? Okay. Code said, I think at the end of April there would be like 10K comics. Maybe. That's a good guess. 10K is a lot. I'm thinking at the end of April, like I think we're going to see a huge push in May. Like the last week of May, it's going to really jump up. I'm still estimating by the end of this phase between 10K and 15K. I feel like 10K at the end of April is too early because I feel like a lot of people are going to be like throwing out their episodes in May, that last week. Perry said, I have no idea, haha, but I had to update my resume, so I saw it on there. That's really weird place to advertise. Like, why are we not advertising on TikTok? Why are we not advertising on Meta? Like where readers actually are. Like, I'm so annoyed. Destruction said, like, this competition only came in my feed because of YouTube videos of people entering, and I already thought it was over, but they just said they started in January/February and it's due in May. Yeah, like the contest was announced. I'd have to go back and look at my videos, but I think it was like at the end of December. It was either the end of December or the end of November, one of the two, because that's when I really went full force covering as much as I could. Andy said, I was thinking of drawing the noodle with abs, but maybe the intern instead. Ooh, the noodle with abs would be so fun. That thing was hilarious. Cod said, it's 20 now, and we already have like 800 plus comics. If everything will go like that, we will have over 10K comics. We'll see if it'll keep this steady rate. I'm trying to keep the stats for all of the series every week. So like I'm not going through and like looking for redundancies. I'm just writing down the numbers. So like I said, if you guys have more accurate numbers on this stuff, you can always message me and I'll try and make corrections or pin a comment or something like that. But like looking through pages and pages to see like who's duplicated their entries, I don't know about that. Plus with like things getting taken down, like AI episodes and like creators episodes, like it's just too much work for me to like be concerned about getting like a super accurate count. Like Webtoon should release that information themselves. Yep, are you said biggest wave at the last minute? Yep. Agreed. Witches Brew, hello. You are late, but you are here, so I really appreciate that. Say said, also wish me luck. If I join, this is my 4th Webtoon contest joining and my 3rd English contest. I'm assuming that's what it is, EN. So that's really nice. That's awesome. I would love to hear all of your experience for every contest. Like that would be really cool. Stealthy Mouse. No, it just pings you to the front of the list. It doesn't double post on the submission page. Okay, you're talking to Serenity. Okay. Yeah. You guys are chatting. Dragon, are you going to show us your comic when it's ready, Pantheon? I will show you guys my comic. I will. I promise. I think I'm going to start uploading the colored pages to Patreon as an actual perk. So to all my patrons, they'll get to see everything first. So I'll just be uploading the pages as I get finished with them. So I'm super excited about that. All right, guys, it's been 40 minutes. It's time for me to go to bed. Thank you so much for jumping on and chatting with me. No shout out today just because I just wanted to get on and do a quick little, reading for the newsletter. So please support all of the other creators in chat. I'm sure they would love your support. They would love your encouragement. Remember, it doesn't cost you anything to give a like, a heart, a comment. All of that stuff goes such a long way. And I, as someone who is trying to do my best to engage with the all of you. Please comment your comics down below so that I know who to check out, who to follow, who to, leave the hearts, the comments, and all of that stuff on, because I want to try and support as many of you as I can. So I'm going to do my best on that. I promise. All right. Well, I will talk to you guys in the future. Bye-bye.